Warrick Dunn, an exceptional college running back who became such an important part in revitalizing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise, played 12 years in the NFL, getting over 10,000 yards. And in addition, Dunn is also an extremely classy person who is extremely giving, earning numerous awards for his off-the-field work. Yet, there was a period back in the day when I couldn't stand the 5'9" productive running back that wore number 28. Now, many of you are probably thinking, what the heck is wrong with me? How can you not like Warrick Dunn? Well, for this video, I'll explain that, but also mention that Dunn is also a person I wound up greatly respecting and admiring. So there are two reasons why I did not like Dunn, as this was just me being a silly sports fan, as it was nothing personal. But anyways, in the 90s, out of all the sports, Florida Gators football was my favorite team. Meanwhile, the team I disliked the most was Florida State Seminoles football. To me, the face of Florida State football back then was not Charlie Ward nor Peter Warrick, but instead I saw Warrick Dunn as the face of FSU football during the dominant Bowden years. As Dunn annoyed me so much because he was so good, and also it seemed like Dunn was at Florida State for more than 4 years. The second reason has to do with my favorite running back of all time, former Florida Gators great, Eric Rhett. So Rhett began his NFL career with one of my two favorite NFL teams at the time, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Creamsicle uniforms. And during each of Rhett's two first seasons in 1994 and 1995, Rhett gained over 1,000 yards, but then for the 96 season, Rhett he had a lengthy holdout and wound up only playing in 9 games. So for the 1997 NFL Draft, with Tampa Bay's first round pick, 12th overall, the Bucs drafted Warrick Dunn, and at that moment I realized that Rhett's carries were going to greatly diminish, and Rhett was no longer going to be the featured running back for the Bucs, and that really disappointed me. But what wound up happening is that the 1997 Bucs with their new uniforms were really looking like a playoff team as the season progressed. The 95 Bucs, they started 5-2, and that got me excited despite not playing the best competition. But the 97 squad, it felt like a different team, a team that could compete with anyone. So as the season was going on, I was enjoying seeing the Bucs winning, and that led to me enjoying seeing the backfield duo with the power of Mike Alstott and the quickness of Warrick Dunn. 1997 was a fun year for me as a Bucs fan, as Tampa Bay finally had a winning season and made the playoffs for the first time since 1982, and Warrick Dunn was a huge part of that 97 Bucs team, becoming the Offensive Rookie of the Year and made the first of his 3 Pro Bowls. So here are Dunn's stats during his first 5 seasons while with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as he'd really be splitting carries with fullback Mike Alstott. After the 2001 season, Dunn would wind up signing with Atlanta. But before I move on to Dunn with the Falcons, I need to talk about some items that really made me admire Warrick Dunn. So while Dunn was in Tampa Bay, I can't remember exactly when, but I do recall seeing a segment, I do believe it was on Fox, but it was a segment about Warrick Dunn doing tremendous charity work. Now I know there are times when an athlete does charity work for PR, but I never got that feeling from Dunn, as this is truly his heart. I remember being so impressed with all the off-the-field work Dunn was doing. Dunn was also greatly charitable in many other ways, a very giving person. I just want to show a small portion from a Pro Football Talk article, as the article mentions that Dunn had done a lot of work, which was inspired by his mother, by starting Warrick Dunn Charities, which has helped more than 100 single parents buy homes for their families. This was something Dunn's own single mother was saving to do when she died. Dunn said, "This is what my mom would have wanted. She would have wanted this experience." Now, the death of Dunn's mother is truly heartbreaking, which I fully heard the full story and learned more about what Dunn went through to get to Tampa early in his NFL career. Now, Dunn's mother, who was a Baton Rouge police officer, but at the time was working as security, was shot and killed from a failed robbery attempt. This occurred 2 days after Dunn's 18th birthday, and Dunn would then have to become the man of the house, taking care of his 5 siblings. From that same Pro Football Talk article I talked about earlier, it mentioned that Dunn visited the person who was convicted of murdering his mother. Although Dunn was hopeful that that person would show remorse, it didn't happen, but Dunn forgave that person anyways. So after Tampa Bay, Warrick Dunn would be headed to Atlanta, who had close to 6,000 yards rushing in 6 seasons in the ATL and made another Pro Bowl. Then Dunn, he'd play 1 more season back in Tampa Bay. So I talked about the type of person Warrick Dunn, which leads me to my most memorable moment while Dunn was with the Falcons. In 2007, Bobby Petrino became the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons coming from Louisville. 13 games into the season, Petrino resigned as he did not meet with the players and instead left a note on each of the players' lockers to inform them of his departure. So Warrick Dunn, a soft-spoken and mild-mannered person, really had a lot to say about Petrino leaving the Falcons to become the new coach at Arkansas. He called Petrino classless and said the way to go out before the season's end is a coward way to go. I know Dunn, he was productive with the Falcons, but this was so memorable, seeing Warrick Dunn was such a classy person talking to reporters about Petrino's departure. When Warrick Dunn has something negative to say about someone, that person probably must have done something really wrong, messed up badly. So that's the video, going from why I was not a Warrick Dunn fan due to my silly sports fandom to extremely respecting Warrick Dunn so greatly. Now I know the sports media at times can try to direct people to thinking a certain player is something, but as someone who has never met Warrick Dunn, he is one person from my outside perception that I feel is a great and tremendous human being. It seems Warrick Dunn is one person that has the characteristics to be a true role model. Thank you so much for your interest in this video. Comment below, tell me what you think about Warrick Dunn. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for all the support.